Okay, class. Good morning, 1 Alpha.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, it means that you can hear my voice, yeah? Okay, very good. And I hope others also can hear my voice, yeah? All right. Number 2, my screen sharing. Make sure you able to see my screen sharing as well, class.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, I just want to ask you, supposedly today you have how many subjects? How many subjects for today? I think you have 3 or 4 subjects, right? Let me check first. I will check on our Telegram group. So this is our Telegram group, and then this is your timetable. So today, wow, moral, and then English, science, math, sejarah, and BM. Okay, I think not all doing the online classes, right? Usually for moral today, I just want to ask you for today, right? Moral, do you got any online classes for moral?
Yes.
Yes.
So for how long?
I think half an hour.
Half an
Maybe
hour.
half an hour.
Half an hour. Yeah. I hear you. Okay. Online classes meaning, all right, class. Online classes meaning, maybe the teachers using Google Meet lah, like I'm doing right now, like we are doing right now, because we have face-to-face or one-to-one interaction right now. So this is online classes by using Google Meet. Okay. And then if you just, if the teachers just give you an exercise on the Telegram, just ask you to watch the video and then do the exercise, that is what we call an offline classes, offline learning. Okay. But for morals, half an hour. How about English? Got online class or no? Or the teachers just give you instruction or to do the exercise only?
Using the
Again.
Telegram voice chat.
Telegram and
Using the Telegram voice chat.
voice chat. Also, okay. If voice chat, yeah, okay. Very good. Voice chat also considered as online lah, online. Okay. And then, as you know, Telegram also, the new function of Telegram also support video call. Okay. Just like Google Meet. Maybe later on, I will try to use Telegram. I try to use Telegram as our medium for online learning. Okay, maybe. Okay, because it is just like Google Meet. It just like Google Meet. You can share your screen. Okay, you can turn on your voice and then you can see me as well. Okay, but maybe, and then make sure you update your Telegram. Make sure you update your Telegram apps to the latest version. Okay, right. And then science, mathematics, sejarah, and BM. Okay, because today, because for example, today you have so many classes. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subjects. Okay, that's why I'm starting the class 15 minutes late. Okay, just to give you what we call give you the rest lah. No problem. Okay, but if you have any problem, you can always we can discuss. If you have any problem with the timetable or whatever, right? So no problem. So I will minimize this. Right, can we continue to our topic for today? Very short topic. I just want to finish 6.2, the mixture. Okay, can we start now?
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. Okay, thank you for your response. Okay, so yesterday we already learned about mixture. Make sure you understand the meaning of the mixture. Okay, anybody can explain me what's the meaning of mixture? Meaning that what? Is it recording? Okay, yes. What is the meaning of mixture? How do you consider a substance is a mixture? I start from two. Okay. Start from two or?
Two or more elements or compounds mixed physically.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much for your response. There are two or more elements or compound mixed physically. The keyword here is mixed physically. Okay. If you look back at our lesson yesterday, I already give you the link for the class recording. Okay. The element or the compound mixed physically. Okay, mixed physically. For if you still remember yesterday, I give you one example: water and salt. Okay, water is one of the compound, and then salt is the another compound. Okay, and then when we mix it with water, you can see that the compound of water and then the compound of salt does not combine. It just mixed together inside the water. It is not combined chemically. Okay, it is just combined or it is just mixed there physically, meaning that, all right, the mixture can be separate. Okay, meaning that if I want to separate back the water from the salt solid, the water from the salt, I am able to do that. This is what we call the separation method. Okay, you can also refer to your textbook, page 177. Okay, there are 7 separation method, meaning that the ways that you can separate the mixture, okay, the element or the compound, more than one element or more than one compound inside the mixture. If you want to separate, we are able to do that with this method. Okay, so number one, what is the method? Number one, the method is filtration, and this is number one. Filtration. Number two, distillation. Number three, separation using a magnet here. Number four, sedimentation. Number five, flotation. Number six, chromatography. And then the last one is what we call by sieving. Okay, this is 7 what we call separation method that you need to remember. Okay, what we want to separate, class? We want to separate what? Because we want to separate the elements or the compound inside a mixture. Okay, we are able to do so because the mixture is just mixed physically. Okay, the element or the compound just mixed physically. All right. I don't know about you, but I think my voice and the display is not synchronized. A bit late, I think. Never mind. But never mind, never mind. If you find the internet connection is not smooth, like usual lah, the class recording, I will give the class recording later on our Telegram group, right? Okay. Finish number one. Can you understand this? Separation method? Yes, very good. Thank you very much. All right. So what is the separation method you think? Okay. If you still remember yesterday, I will try to open you the... All right. So Telegram, where is it? Where is it? Okay, this one, I think. Oh, is this? Delete section. Yes. Okay. Like yesterday, can you see my presentation? Yeah. Okay, no problem. I hope you can see my presentation. All right. Yesterday, all right. If you still remember yesterday, I have a mixture of water, right? I have here the water. Okay. I have here inside the beaker right? I have water. Inside the beaker here, I have water. And then water is one of the compound, right? And then I add, inside the water, I add salt. I add salt inside the water. Okay? So, the water and salt right now, okay, we call it a mixture. Okay. Water is what of the formula of water? H2O. And then the salt is NaCl. Okay, sodium and chlorine. And then for water, we have hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so I mix what we call the solution together. It will mix, right? Okay, the salt will dissolve in water. The salt here will dissolve in the water. You cannot see the salt anymore. Okay, can I separate the water? Okay, can I separate the water and salt again into two compound? I want to what we call separate the compound back into salt and water again. The question, can or cannot?
Can.
Yes, can. Okay. So if you look back at the 7 method of separation of the separation method, what do you think the most suitable method to separate the what we call the salt and water? Which one you think? Filtration, distillation, separating by using magnet. Which one you think? Do you read the topic yesterday?
The number 1 method.
Number 1 method, filtration. So if I filter the water and salt solution, we can what we call separate the salt and water. Okay, never mind. All right. If you read the question, if you read the textbook, you can find the answer lah. Yes. Okay, we can what we call separate the salt from the water by using not filtration but others method. That is what we call by distillation. Actually, distillation. Right? Okay, never mind. So we continue. One by one, we see one by one the method of separation method of mixture, right? Okay, so number 1. Okay, next page. All right, number 1 is filtration. Can you see the screen sharing? Okay, filtration. Number 1, filtration. You must able to know. You must able to understand. It used to separate insoluble solid from a mixture of solid and liquid. Okay. For example, here, if you see the picture here, if the solution here consists of insoluble solid and a mixture of solid and liquid. Okay, insoluble solid meaning that the substance that cannot dissolve in water. For example, here, if you have a coffee drink, if you have a coffee or do you have a tea, okay, there is a substance inside the what we call inside the water that cannot be dissolved in water. So we can just use filtration method. Okay, maybe you want to separate the substance that is different instead of matter, right? One is what? One is in liquid form, right? One in the liquid form. For example, the coffee residue here, the coffee here is in the state of solid, right? And then inside here, the coffee here, the coffee what we call the drink here, the coffee drink here in the state of liquid. Okay, because it has what? Because it has different state of matter. Okay, one is solid, One is liquid. Liquid is the water inside the coffee drink lah. So we can separate both solid and liquid matter by using filtration method. How do you want to filter this? Okay, for example, at the picture here, use a filter paper. Filter paper over here. Or you can also use what? What else you can use to filter the coffee or to filter the tea from the water? Huh? Or you can use what we call that? I will show you the picture. Okay, I will start to show you the picture. Or maybe you can use the this one. What do you call this? Can you see the picture here? This is what we call kain penapis. I do not know what is the English name for the kain penapis. Or you can use this. Okay, very simple one. If you go to the mama restaurants, they use this usually. Penapis, they use the what we call a filter. Kopi, santan, or tea, like this. This is what we call the example of things that we can use to filter insoluble, what we call insoluble substance from a liquid. Okay, this one. This is also, we call it a filter. This one. Okay, understand, yeah? Right, I continue. Okay, filtration, very easy. Right, filtration. Next one. Okay, and then there is what we call activity here. I will skip the activity. You try to read it for yourself, and then if you have any question, you can ask me. Okay, I will just try to explain the theory side only. Okay, class. Okay, method number two is distillation. Okay, method two is distillation. All right. Distillation over here, meaning that to separate a completely miscible liquid mixture that has different boiling point. What is the miscible? What is the liquid mixture? How does distillation work? Okay, actually, if you try to what we call I need to show you the working what we call apparatus before we in order to understand the distillation. Okay, but you just remember to completely separate miscible liquid mixture that have different boiling point. Okay, like I said earlier, if I want to remove or I want to separate the salt solution over here, and the water. Right? So the very suitable method is distillation. All right? Distillation. So how distillation work? Okay. First, if I put the salt, picture number one, picture on the left here, if I put the salt inside the water, okay, what happened to the salt inside the water here? What happened to the salt? Dissolve or not dissolve? It will what? When I put the salt inside the water, yes, it will dissolve, right? Dissolve mean what? It is completely what we call dilute inside the water. Can we see the salt inside the water when we mix it up? Can we see the salt?
No.
We cannot see the salt, right? It's just like sugar. Sugar and salt, if you try to put the sugar or the salt inside the water, we cannot see the salt or sugar anymore because it's already what? It's already dissolved in water. Okay? So this is what we call by a miscible. Miscible here, liquid mixture. Okay? For example here, if can I can what we call write here, miscible liquid. Liquid mean here, for example, the water, and the first liquid is water, and then the first liquid here is the salt that is already dissolved. Salt that has been already dissolved in water. That's why we cannot see the salt in the form of solid inside the water. Okay, you understand this? Can you understand this? We cannot see what we call the salt inside the water. When we mix it with water, we cannot see the salt anymore. It's totally dissolved. Okay, but can we separate it back into salt and water? Yes, because we can separate the compound by using distillation. Okay, this is very important things for you to understand. Okay, I continue. All right. So, can you see the picture over here, class? I think the internet, the display is a bit slow. Okay. So, can you understand this?
Yes.
Can you see the picture?
Yes.
Okay, page 178 also. This is the picture of what we call a distillation process over here. Okay, distillation process. Right. Okay. In distillation process, you must understand. For example, I just want to what we call modify a bit for you to understand. So we have here a mix of water and salt. Okay, I just change or modify the setting to water and salt. Okay. The other thing, okay, no problem. So this is the what we call the mixture of water and salt. Remember, water and salt here is the what we call a mixture. Why mixture? Because it has two or more element or compound. Okay, two or more element or compound. In this case, in this activity, the compound is water and salt over here. Okay. So our aim for today is we want to separate the water and salt from the solution over here by using a method that we call distillation. D-I-S-T-I-L. Double L, distillation. So this is the method. Okay. Distillation method, if you can see here, if you can see inside the round bottom flask over here, the problem is the salt is completely dissolved in water. We cannot see the salt anymore, right? Okay. If we compare the water, the pure water and the salt water, we cannot see any different. But there is a salt here because the salt is already dissolved. It's already mixed completely inside the water. You cannot see the salt anymore inside here. Is it true? Can we see the salt right now inside the flask?
No.
No, because yes, meaning that we cannot see the salt anymore. Very good. Okay. So, are we able to separate the salt into the salt and water? Yes, we're able to do so by using distillation method. Okay, by what? Okay, so first thing, you need to heat it up. Number one, we need to heat the solution until it's boiled, until the solution become what? Until it's boiled. Okay, we need to heat it up until it's boiled, until it is boiling. And then what happened to the solution? What happened to the salt solution when it is boiled? It will turn into what?
Water vapor.
Yes, very good. It will turn into water vapor. I will show you the blue color lah over here, right? It will turn into water vapor. Here. When you heat until it reach boiling point, it will turn into water vapor. Okay. So water vapor, this is water vapor class. This is water vapor. I will show you here. So this is steam or water vapor. Okay. Water vapor or steam is what state of matter, class? Is it solid, liquid, or gas?
Gas.
Okay, very good. It is a form of gas. Okay. So what is the use of next one? What is the use of thermometer here? Thermometer here is to measure the what we call the temperature. Do you still remember what is the boiling point of water? Again, boiling point of water is how many degrees Celsius? Boiling point of water?
100.
100 degrees Celsius. Very good. Correct. 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, what happened over here? When we heat the salt solution over here, the water will boil, and then at 100 degrees Celsius, the liquid state of water will become water vapor. What happened? Now the liquid, the steam will raise, and then it will go into what we call by, what is the name of the condenser? This is steam. Yeah? Can you see the picture over here? The steam will go to a condenser that we call a Lipid condenser. Lipid condenser. The steam will go up and then the channel into a condenser that we call a Lipid condenser. Right? This is Lipid condenser. And then what is the function of Lipid condenser over here? The Lipid condenser, from the word condensation. Condenser here is from the word condensation. What is the what? Condensation. What is the spelling of that? Condensation. Condensation. Okay. Condensation. You still remember condensation, class? You still remember condensation?
Yes.
What is condensation? From what to what? Anybody? From? I give you. Okay. From
gas to liquid.
Very good. From gas to liquid. Condensation. Okay. Can you see the changes of state of matter? First, when you heat the water, it will turn into gas. Okay, into water vapor or into gas. Okay, and then when it channel into Lipid condenser, the gas will turn back to liquid. Can you see here? We have the liquid over here, dripping to the beaker. This is the water over here. All right. So Lipid condenser is a device that turns the gas into liquid. Okay. Why it turns the gas into liquid? Because the gas touch the cool surface inside the Lipid condenser. That's why we use water. Water in and water out. Okay, because the inside surface of the Lipid condenser is cool. When the steam or when the gas or water vapor touch the cool surface inside the Lipid condenser, the gas will turn into liquid. The gas will turn into liquid. My question is, inside the beaker over here, is there salt inside here? Inside the beaker? Got salt or no salt? You think? Number two here.
No.
There is no more salt. Where the salt? The salt will stay at the conical flask. Okay, and then maybe after a few minutes, not few minutes lah, maybe after a half an hour, for example. Okay, maybe after half an hour, there is no more water inside, and then we can see what? No more water, but we can see salt over here. Because water is already dry. Can you understand? Maybe after 30 minutes, the water will dry up and then the salt will remain on the flask. Okay? The salt does not turn into gas. The salt does not turn into gas. Only water turn into gas. Okay? Can you understand this? All right? That's why maybe after half an hour or maybe after an hour, all the water inside the flask will vaporize, will turn into gas, and then by using a Lipid Condenser, it turns back into water. And then how about the salt here? The salt will remain on the conical, on the round bottom flask over here. Okay, the salt does not turn into gas. Okay, why the salt does not turn into gas? Because the salt over here, the boiling, what we call the boiling point of salt is more than 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, the boiling of the water, the boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. So after it reach 100 degrees Celsius, the water will turn into gas. But for salt, it will stay there because the boiling point of salt is more than 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, can you understand this? This is what we call by distillation. Is it okay?
Okay.
Right. Okay. So the end product here, just liquid only. There is no salt. There is no salt anymore. So where's the salt? Salt will remain on the round bottom flask over here. Okay. Right. For example, if you try to heat up the mixture of coffee drink, for example, if you try to dry up the coffee and then you can see the remaining after the water is already dry up, you can see the sugar inside the glass, for example. Okay, this is the distillation method. Right. The next one. Okay. Next one. This is another type of condenser. Okay, I think this method, this you can read for yourself. Okay, number C, separation. C, separation using magnet. Okay, magnet, for example, some substance can attract to the magnet, such as iron. Okay, so if iron mixed with salt, what we call mixed with sand, we can use magnet in order to separate the iron from the sand, for example. But only with what we call a ferromagnetic metal. Not all metal are magnetic. Iron, nickel, cobalt are magnetic metals. But gold, bronze, aluminium is not magnetic metal. Okay. So if you try to, for example, mix the iron with the sand, we can just use magnet to separate the substance. Okay, this is very simple lah. For example, here you can see the picture here. All right. For example, here, this is the device, the heavy what we call equipment in order to carry only iron only. It will attract iron only. If there is a wood, if there is an aluminium or plastic, it will not attract to the magnet. So we can use magnet in order to separate the magnetic metal only, such as what? Iron, nickel, and cobalt. Right? You can see the picture over here. Okay, for example, right here, I hope you can see this now, yeah? Okay. For example, over here, I have over here sand. This is number one, the sand. And then number two, the iron fillings, all right? If I mix two substance together, sand with iron fillings, so I can use magnet over here. I can use magnet in order to separate the iron and sand, but only with magnetic, what we call magnetic metal only, such as iron. Iron is a magnetic metal, but if you try to use it with the aluminum powder can or cannot. If I change number two, okay, you see here class, if I change this number two with aluminium, aluminium powder. Okay, if I change from aluminum powder, can I use the magnet to separate the aluminum and sand? Can or cannot? Can I separate this if I use aluminium? Aluminium, we cannot separate this because aluminium is not magnetic. Aluminium is not magnetic metal. Okay, magnetic metal is what example? Magnetic metal is iron, nickel, and cobalt. Magnetic iron. So only iron only, right? Iron we can use magnet in order to separate the iron from the sand. Okay, iron, but aluminium cannot. All right. Okay. Next one. Okay. Sedimentation method D. Is it okay? Can I continue?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sedimentation method. Okay. For example, here is the because we use the density of the substance, yeah. Use the separate, so sedimentation method used to separate liquid and insoluble solid mixture. Separate a liquid and insoluble solid mixture. Okay, because we want to take advantage of the different in density. For example, you have here water and sand over here, right? If I have here water and sand, okay, this is water and then this is sand. When we mix two water and sand compound together, okay, there is what we call, after a few minutes, after we stop mix the solution, the sand will settle at the bottom. So this is what we call sediment. Okay, this is what we call sediment. When we stop mix the water, okay, when we stop mix the water, the heavier or the largest, the biggest density of substance will settle at the bottom. Okay, so we can slowly take the beaker over here, and then we can just take the liquid water over here in order to separate the sand from the water. You understand this? This is what we call sedimentation. But don't mix lah. Huh? If you mix it again, and then it will become what we call even again. Right? Just leave it for a few minutes, and then when the sand settle at the bottom, then we can separate the water and sand solution over here. You understand the sedimentation? This is sedimentation method. Okay, my question is, what is other method you already learned in order to separate water and sand? What do you think the others method that can be used other than sedimentation? Anybody that you already learned? Any idea? What are the other methods? What are the other methods you can use in order to separate water and sand? Okay, number one is what? Sedimentation, right? Sedimentation, okay. Sedimentation method. Okay, good. Number one. Number two? Yes?
Distillation.
Distillation, yes, very good. Distillation, also we can use distillation to separate the water and sand. And then number three? Got number three? Got the other method or no?
Filtration.
Filtration, very good. Okay. We can use sedimentation method, we can use distillation, and we can use filtration. Okay. In order to what we call to separate the water and the sand. Okay. Maybe we can use more than one method. Actually, we can use more than one method to separate the mixture. Right? Okay. Next one. Okay, just continue to the next one. Okay, flotation method. Flotation method meaning you can separate soluble and insoluble material in water. For example, oil, because it has what we call different density. Okay. Sedimentation method, for example, we use sand. Sand is more density. The density of sand is more than water, so it will settle at the bottom. Okay. And then for flotation method is opposite from sedimentation. Dia terbalik. Boleh faham ya? Flotation, dia terbalik. Opposite from what we call sedimentation. Sedimentation, it will settle at the bottom. But flotation, it will what, class? It will, what happened to the mix? For example, here, we have oil. And then we have water. What happened to the oil? Is it settled at the bottom or is it float on the water?
Float.
Yes, very good. It float on the water. It is floating on the water. So this method, we call it flotation method. Okay, and then we can separate the water over here. We can separate the water from the oil by using the flotation method. It's just opposite of sedimentation. Sedimentation, if you can see here, the previous picture, sedimentation, the sand will settle at the bottom because why? The sand density is more than water. But flotation method is opposite because the density of oil is less than water, so the oil will float. The water is at the bottom. So this is flotation method. Right? Can you understand this? All right. So we can use what? If you look at the picture here, we can use what we call tools that we call separating funnel. We can use separating funnel here in order to remove the liquid from different density, separating funnel here. Right? So, for example, I just want to separate the oil with water. Okay, I just fill the oil mixture, of oil and water. The mixture of oil and water, I just put inside the separating funnel and then let it set for about a few minutes, and then you can see that oil will float on the water, and then water will be at the bottom. And then after a few minutes, if I want to separate the oil and water, okay, I just turn on the tap. Slowly, the water will flow on the beaker until it stops lah, until the water is already every what we call water finish. Then I will turn off the tap here. Now this is what we call a flotation method. Because we want to take the advantage of what? We want to take the advantage of different density. Okay, different density of water. Because oil is less dense than water, and then water is denser. You still remember density? You still remember density? What is the, if you still remember, what is the density of water? 1 gram per centimeter. Centimeter what? Square or cubic?
Cube.
Okay, cube is number what? Number 2 or number 3?
3.
Yes, number 3. Very good. Okay, and then oil may be less lah. Oil may be about 0.5 gram per centimeter cubic. Okay, I can understand this, huh? Right. Next one. Okay, next one, chromatography method. Okay, chromatography method meaning that we want to separate the small amount of mixture. Okay, small amount of mixture. We want to separate the small amount of mixture. Okay. Okay, with using a food coloring, using a food coloring. Okay, for example here. Okay, actually, class, if you use black marker pen or green marker pen consists of what? Black marker pen usually consists of what we call a combination of red, green, and blue color. That's why we get black color. Okay, never mind. I just show you the picture over here first. Chromatography, yeah. Okay. No real picture. Okay, you can see the picture over here. All right, open image in new tab. Okay, this is chromatography method. Okay, for example, if you use the what we call a different type of marker pen, and then you try to draw a dot into a filter paper, and then you put inside the water. The filter paper you put inside the water, right? And then this is the water, right? Down here is the water. Okay, never mind. All right. So inside we have water here. We have water, and then we have here is filter paper. And then you have various of color here. You can use many type of color, maybe red, maybe black, maybe yellow. For what? In order to see what is the color behind the original one. What is the original color? Okay, And then what do you put inside the water? The water here will raise up. The water will go up. The water will go up, and then it will reach the marker pen over here, and then we can see the color different. Okay, for example, this is actually a green color. Yeah? This is actually a green color. So the green color over here, actually it is made from yellow and blue. Okay, that's made the green color. So this is what we call a chromatography. Yeah, the what we call the green marker. The green marker usually consists of blue and yellow color. You can try to separate the color by using chromatography. Okay, how about the blue marker pen? The blue marker pen here doesn't have any different lah. It's still the original color is blue, and then the red also red, and then the yellow marker is also yellow marker. Okay, this is example over here lah for using chromatography. Okay, maybe after this, when we have the time, we can go to the lab and then do the experiment. Okay, next one. Oh, okay, finish already. Okay, do you have any question? Now is 11:09. Okay. Do you have any? If you have any question, you can ask me on the Telegram group. So I think we already finished the 6.2 mixture. Please remember, make sure you remember what is the example of mixture, and then what is the method for separating the mixture. Maybe I think maybe I want you to do some project lah with this topic. Right, so let me think about it. Let me try to plan the project for you to do by using the material available at your home. I will try to plan the project first before I give you. Okay, right. So do you have any question before we stop here? Do you have any question, class?
No.
No question?
No.
Okay, where is it? Where is it? Okay. Okay, so if you do not have any question, I will stop here. See you all again on. I will end the class here and then see you all again on Friday at 7:45 in the morning. Okay, 7:45 in the morning. So if you have any question, you can ask me on the Telegram group. And then for the exercise or any worksheet, also I will give on our Telegram group after this. Okay. So thank you for your focus and cooperation and attention. So I think you can leave the class right now. See you all again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.